Hello, friend, and welcome. If you're new here, I'm excited to meet you, and if you're returning, I hope you're having a much better day than the last time that we talked. Today, I just want to know what it is that we need to know right now about now. Like, what message the cards have from us that can help us with whatever circumstances we are currently going through. Oh, okay, these cards are flying. All right, let's, I guess, get right into it, because the cards are ready to tell us stories. All right, so the first thing that we have is Wusa. Whenever I see this card, it's that reminder that you're in need of stillness. You're in need of surrendering. You're in need of grounding. You're in need of allowing yourself to go inside and find rest. And you're going to be like, that's really hard to do right now. I have so much on my plate. I get it. But hear me out. I'm not asking you to be like an eternal state of rest. I'm not asking you to rest for days. I'm literally asking you to set aside 5-10 minutes a day of intentional rest, of you maybe sitting in meditation, of you journaling, of you, just allowing your brain to be turned off for 10 minutes. And this does not include doom scrolling. Sometimes I say that doom scrolling is okay, but with Wusa, that brain needs to be off. So we need to allow 5 to 10 minutes a day. So ask yourself, where can you get those 5 to 10 minutes? Where can you schedule those 5 to 10 minutes in? Is it before you get home from work when you're sitting in your car? Is it in the morning before everybody wakes up? Is it at night before you go to bed? We need to find those 5 to 10 minutes because it's really important. And then Shadow Self was the other card that flipped itself over. And this card comes through always reminding you that, you know what? The life that you're living right now is a shadow of the life that you want to live. What do I mean by that? You are a lion by nature, but you have allowed society, friends, family, colleagues, spouses to make you believe that you are just a cat. You are a lion, and your shadow never forgets that. Your shadow never forgets who you truly are, the authentic, real you, and all the dreams that you've always had. Yes, the shadow also remembers all the other stuff too. Remembers all the bad things that have happened to you, remembers all the things that you've done. But here's the thing, the shadow holds on to all of this, the good and the bad, so that way when you are able to, when you're safe enough, when you have time to, you can process it. It's all it does. It holds on to everything, your dreams, your hopes, your desires, your embarrassing, your not greatest moments, and times you've been hurt, so that way when you have the time, when you have the maturity and the ability, you can take care of it. Your shadow is there to help you. Start connecting with it and stop seeing it as something negative or bad because that's what society has told you. Naive. This one feels like a slap in the face in the beginning because no one wants to be called naive. I get that 100%. But understand that naive is something that we all are. We are all naive. Because to be anything other than naive means you know everything. So me personally, I'm extremely naive in how things work in other countries. I have no idea. Part of me just assumes they work similar to how our country works, which I know is a lie, trust me. I live in America right now, I know that there are better countries out there than what I'm living in right now. But what I'm getting at is I don't know enough information to be able to tell me that, hey, this is different. So what does this card mean for you right now? This means that right now you're seeing things through a naivety. And I'm not talking about your bills. I'm not talking about the fact that you have schedules, work, and kids. I'm not talking about the fact that you are a high position manager who has a lot on their plate. None of that is the naivety I'm talking about. The naivety I am talking about is that you don't think that there can be better. You don't think that you can live your dreams. You don't think you can be who you truly are. That's where your naivety lays. Because you just accept it as truth. Because you were told this. Because it's how everyone said to you. It's how the things were to happen. Naivety is one of those things that's like a double-edged sword. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not. it's great in the sense of like when you're going on a journey and you're like, oh my god, this is gonna be amazing. And then like, a rainstorm happens and you're like, look, there's a rainbow afterwards. Like you can find happiness in things. Like there's nothing wrong with that. But naivety also can inhibit us in the sense of like, if you don't know that there's more, then a lot of times you don't even pursue what you're trying to go after. So understand that right now, you just don't have enough information. Drama Queen. This card is very forward, and it tells me that you are enjoying drama. And you're gonna be like, Kirsten, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Hear me out. First off, are you a gossiper? Are you somebody that likes to know other people's business? Are you someone that loves to be the helpful friend because that makes you feel important? That is still drama. Or is your body so accustomed, this was me, is your body so accustomed to drama and situations and being on constant like alertness and repeatness that when there wasn't any, it created some? Yeah, unfortunately, that's a subconscious like nervous thing that's going on in your body. Like it's really your nervous system firing to say, hey, there's not chaos right now. There's not, anxiety. There's not something that I need to be aware of right now. So your body literally pressures you to make some type of drama. And I'm not talking about necessarily that like, you are, being dramatic or over dramatic or melodramatic about something. Sometimes the drama is you creating conflict with somebody else because your body needs that conflict in order to feel stable or normal. And don't think that this means that it's okay because you're not consciously doing it. You still need to become aware of the pattern, just like I did. I had to become aware of my pattern and I had to learn to stop it. I grew up in a very conflicted, abusive childhood. And so when I became an adult and I wasn't having somebody constantly harping on me, bringing me down and like hurting me or putting me in fearful situations, I would manifest them in my own way because my body didn't know how to work any other way. And I had to take the responsibility to learn how to undo that. A, because I was tired of it, but B, because that is my responsibility, just as it's your responsibility to say, this is enough and we're going to do differently. But first, before we can do that, we have to observe what responsibility and what part of it we're playing into this, which is easier said than done. And I'm not gonna say and how to do it like completely in this video because this is a tarot reading. I will have a second channel out soon. I'm working on it currently behind the scenes here. And in that channel, I will talk about how to recognize the patterns and how to realize when you're subconsciously creating your own chaos. Inner strength. This one's huge and really important because this tells me right away that you have the ability to make the changes that you need to make. Not that you're, working towards it, not that it's something that you are having to do or learn. You already can do this. It's just a matter of becoming aware, of becoming mindful, of understanding that, you being mindful and an observer of your own body is really important. And it's something that's going to continue to help you grow. So realize that this isn't something you need to be scared of. You don't have something you have to be worried about. This isn't going to be an extra thing you have to take on. You already have the ability to do this and you can do it. It's just about starting the process. Ooh, truth. This one kind of wraps up this whole message that these cards are giving, and it's asking you to look closer, to pay attention, to see the truth. And this isn't going to be like a Sherlock Holmes type of situation where it's like, oh, by George, the clues lead to this. No, my dear Watson, this is about you being honest with yourself. This is about you understanding that you have to really look at yourself, not through a microscope, not through, anything other than truth. Be honest about why you reacted to something. Be honest about why you said this thing that you said. Be honest about why you went this way or why you shopped here or why you went there. Like, there's a myriad of things that you probably do and you don't even think about it until someone asks you, why do you do that? And it starts with you doing silly, harmless things, like honestly. You know, I like to sing when I'm in the kitchen, and I was one of those where my like husband asked me, he's like, "Why are you always singing here?" I'm like, "I don't know, something to do." Like, and then I thought about it, and I was like, I really don't know. I just know that singing gives me like dopamine, and I'm assuming that's me just trying to create dopamine. Like, it's one of those things where it's like it's something I subconsciously do that no one ever pointed out to me, and it's not a bad thing. It's just a thing. So start observing your actions. Start seeing yourself as, you know, you observing yourself as you're doing things, so that way you can catch on to the things that aren't serving you. I'm curious about what is holding us back, about what's keeping us from our truth, about what has us thinking, not even thinking, but not realizing actually that we're living on a very autopilot life. And again, I don't mean this in a way of saying like you're doing anything wrong or anything like that. It's just, this video is come across to help you be aware. And a lot of times awareness is the answer, and spirit is really good about doing that for us, about putting things in front of us to help us understand exactly what it is that we need to know in order to better ourselves. So I truly believe that if you made it this far in my video, you're watching this for a reason. So continue to watch it, because this message is specific and it's important. So Temperance in its reverse position. This is that card of alchemy, of you doing, like, having the information and doing your best and things still just not working out. Easy way to understand how this card works in its reverse position is like, you have the recipe, okay? You have this recipe for the perfect cheesecake, and it's gonna have no crack in it, and it's gonna taste amazing. And every time you make it, there's a crack in it, or it's a little like more burnt than what you want. Not that you want your cheesecake burnt, but a little more brown than what you want. It's never as perfect as what the recipe and what other people can get the results from. Here's the thing about this card, especially with this reading right now, that I want you to understand. Yes, you know how to change your life. That you have multimedia books on you, there's an overload of information about it. It's just that every time you do something, you find it not working for you, so you think it can't be done for you. You think that it's not going to work. And I get that. That's a hard place to be. But here's what you aren't seeing. Back to this cheesecake recipe. With the cheesecake recipe, it's not, the recipe is perfect. The recipe is right. But it's the outside conditions that need to be changed. Now, how do we apply that to our life? You have the information. The information isn't necessarily wrong. It's just that there's lessons that you learn from this, that maybe you need to pivot, maybe you need to do something slightly different. You don't just give up because it didn't work out. You keep trying and keep integrating. Because the thing about change is our bodies and brains are wired against us for change. We don't like change. Biologically, the chemistry of our brains do not like change. So whenever you do things differently, your body sends out all sorts of signals to say, this isn't going to be good, this is scary, don't do this, because it likes normalcy, it likes comfort, it likes the known thing, even if the known thing is bad for us. Your brain would have you stay in toxic relationship after toxic relationship because that is known, even though it's not good for you. So right now, this card is telling me that you're just struggling with that first friction and rift of having to deal with change. And the first time you really get yourself outside your comfort zone, it feels so uncomfortable, so disorienting, and so scary. And yeah, you're gonna fall and you wanna go back to that comfortable, easy thing. This is where you need to keep getting uncomfortable and keep trying, because eventually that discomfort is going to feel normal. I know that's not what you want to hear, but I'm being honest. The moon in its upright position. This card's more aggravating upright because it tells me that right now you are like getting the information, you're getting the downloads, you're getting the understanding, you're getting the clues, the signals, the signs, everything, but nothing's clicking. And you're trying to find the answers and you're working towards, but here's the thing, when you get the moon, the answers aren't going to come externally. The moon always asks you to go internal, because the answers are inside of you. You just need to meditate, you need to journal, you need to vlog, get it out, blog, talk, like vent to a friend. Don't ask for advice. Don't let them give you advice. Just get everything out that you need to get out. And you will find some slight epiphany. And that small epiphany is going to lead to another bigger epiphany. And it's going to lead you on steps. It's going to clear the path. It's going to clear the trail. But you have to start with the small thing. Again, not the answer I know that you want, but this is how it works. So give it time and opportunity for you to get into that stillness and work with your shadow, so that way you can do and get and create the thing in the life that you want to have. Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles is not just about our finances, it's about our time and energy, because you spend time and energy. And the reason why I'm saying this is because it is important for you to understand that this is a new beginning. Yes, this is a new chance for you to do what it is that you want. But this ace also has that blank canvas thing where you are just staring at a canvas and you're like, what if I fuck it up? What if I mess it up? What if it just goes wrong? Okay, if it goes wrong, then just paint over it. You're like, Kirsten, I cannot do that in real life. I can paint over a mistake on canvas with acrylic paints, but I cannot do that with real life. I get that. This is where you learn. This is where you make mistakes, and then you learn from those mistakes. Think of it this way. Okay. When a baby's learning how to walk, they go, doot, 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 boop. And what do as adults? We go, oh, yay! We celebrate it. They celebrate it. They get back up. They walk. They do doot, doot, doot. And they go, boop. And we go, yay! All over again. So now I'm going to ask you, when you're trying to do something new, when you're trying to do something different, why do you go doot, 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 boop? I'm an idiot. I'm screw up. I can't do this. This is stupid. Why am I even trying? Why? It's the same thing. You're doing something new. You're figuring out things are wobbly. So what? You fell. So what? You tripped. So what? It hurt. Okay? Learn from that. Babies learn to steady themselves more. They learn to get, more balance. They work on their core muscles as they continue to do play and all the things that they do. You need to do the same thing for yourself. You need to keep working at it. Keep doing the thing. Keep trying. Don't give up. And give yourself grace when you fail or fall. Because it's part of the process. Did you know that? Did you know that falling is part of the process? Because if you know that, then why are you beating yourself up every time it happens? So with this Ace of Pentacles here, you are given a new opportunity to have time and energy that you can expend on yourself, for yourself, in a way that allows you to grow, meditate, heal, and, just do what it is you need to do. But you need to give yourself grace when you fall, because falling is part of the process. The Hierophant. You're being asked to take a traditional path here. Don't go at this alone. Don't try to forge your own path this time. Yes, your path is going to be slightly different. Your journey is going to be uniquely and vastly different. But at this time, follow a traditional path. Why are we doing it right now this way? Because in the beginning, following a traditional path, following a path that is already laid out for you, gives you a few things. It gives you like a fail-safe, because you get to hear about other people's experiences, you have the books, you have the information, and you're doing what is known and done. And that's a good thing in the beginning. The other thing is when you do a traditional path, you can find a community, you can find people who can help you and support you. And that's good too. The other thing about this is I don't really think that you can reinvent the wheel on healing at this point. Psychology has been around so much longer than since when it became a science. And you can go through religions and histories and philosophies, and it all boils down to a few key elements. All those self-help books practically say the same thing with different words. And I'm not telling this to you to discourage you. What I'm getting at here is this is a traditional path that you have to take for healing, because it's healing. Here's a good example to understand what I'm getting at, okay? You have a broken bone, okay? You can do two things. You can try to heal it and mend it on your own, or you can go to a doctor, let them set it, put it in a cast, and get the painkillers to help you deal with the fact that you're going to be in pain for a little bit. Go ahead if you want to do it completely different than, what works, but that's up to you what the results are. Or you can give yourself that traditional path and do what everyone knows works. Maybe that's about you seeking therapy. I don't know. Maybe that's about you opening up to a friend and having an accountability buddy. I don't know. Maybe this is about you finding some type of habit that you can do daily to help support your mental health, to support your changes, whether that be journaling, meditation, whether that be just taking regular walks. There's things that you can do that are already in place, establishments that are already in place that can help you. So don't try to do this your own way. Do it a way that's already there. You're going to do this your own way in the sense of the fact that it's your own journey. So maybe you start with a therapist and that therapist you feel isn't right for you, so you pivot. That's fine. You can pivot to another therapist or something else. You can do self-therapy too, but you still need to talk to somebody. You still need to have an accountability partner if you do self-therapy. Whatever you choose to do though, it's important that you're not trying to recreate the wheel, but you're using the wheel that's already been given to you. Now I want to ask the cards what the next steps are for healing, because obviously this has to do with healing. Obviously the cards want us to take a traditional path. So let's also ask what we can do while we are, working on some of these things. Because it's all good to, say follow the traditional path. It's all good to say read a book. It's all good to say all the things I'm saying. But I kind of want specifics to help with the immediate, the right now, because the point of this message was to tell me what we needed to know right now about now. Truth. Okay, once again, we're back to that truth card. I don't find it ironic or coincidental, actually, that truth has come up twice in this reading. Mainly because a lot of times in these situations, it's that you have been living in such a way for so long that you don't even realize that there might be mistruth. And I'm going to say mistruth instead of a lie, because I'm not going to tell you or try to gaslight you into believing that your reality isn't your reality. But when your perception shifts and you realize, oh, this isn't my truth, that's a bit different. So once again, you're being asked to get to the truth of the issue. And the truth of the issue is something that means something to you. You just need to let yourself do the work to realize what that is. Psychic development. Right away, I got a huge message about trusting your intuition and listening to your intuition, which tells me that you aren't doing that right now, that you are denying and putting your intuition away. So here's what we have to do. When you get that nudge, when you get that stomach feeling, when you get that little whisper in your ear, whatever your intuition and however it comes to you, listen to it and trust it. Because here's what's happening when you don't use it. Your intuition is like your internal GPS system, okay? And you know how to get to work every day. You follow the same, road. And sometimes your intuition tells you, instead of going straight, turn left. And you're like, no, turning left is going to take me 10 minutes out of my way and it's going to get me there late. So you go straight. Well, now because you went straight, you're in a 3-hour traffic jam because of a car accident. When if you just would have turned left, you would have navigated the whole thing. And yeah, you might have been, 5-10 minutes late for work instead of the 3 hours. But you made the decision to ignore it and go straight instead. Your intuition is your internal GPS. And every time you shut it down, you silence it, and silence it to the point where it's a whisper like this. So do you want it to actually help you? Or do you want it to stay soft, where you can't do anything with it? The option's yours. The option's 100% yours. But your intuition is going to be your biggest aid here. Discernment. Huge. This one's huge. And you're going to be like, Kirsten, what does that mean? Discernment is coming clear, and it's asking you, are you literally considering and thinking about what it is that you're doing? Are you giving yourself the opportunity to say, this might not be best for me, or maybe this is right for me? Are you doing things with intention, or are you doing things automatically, out of habit, on autopilot? How are you living? Is your life on autopilot constantly, or is it constantly in a reactive state, which is worse than autopilot? Or are you thinking about where you're going, what you're doing, and what you're saying? Those are two different lifestyles. Discernment is asking you to think about what it is that you're doing, to think about what it is that you're saying, to think about what it is that you're going after, and decide whether it's right for you. And you're going to be like, Kirsten, that sounds like a lot of work. At first, it might be, honestly. It really might be a lot of work at first. But the more you do it, the easier it gets. Like anything. It's something you have to put reps in order for it to become more normal. Discernment is asking you to decide, the path. So you have two paths right now. Are you going to go down the one that looks like it's crumbling and dark and, not great? Or are you going to go down the one that's got cloud, sun, and it looks like a nicely paved road? I can't tell you which of those two paths is right for you, but I know which one I would probably take. Use your discernment. Pay attention. New day. So this card is coming in reminding you that every day is a new day. And you're like, yeah, that's obvious. Is it? Because if you're living in a reactive state or an autopilot, are you even aware that it's a different day? That you can do things differently, that you can try again, that you have kind of like a reset? I mean, yeah, you still have your obligations, you still have your responsibilities. It being a new day doesn't negate that. But it means that you have an opportunity to start a new day and decide how you want to think about the day, how you want to feel about that day, how you want to handle whatever happens that day, whether or not you want to treat yourself that day, whether or not you want to, give yourself that 5 to 10 minutes a day, or if you're just going to let exhaustion run over you. It's up to you. I'm not saying that you need to, take and do everything at once. But what I'm saying is you have the opportunity each and every day to realize that it is a new day, a new opportunity, and a new chance for you to get one step closer, one thing closer to that goal that you're being asked to find. And why am I saying you're being asked to find that goal? You have truth, and shadow self. I don't know that you really know what your goal is. So let's get clear about that goal, and let's spend each new day. This Ace of Pentacles is also kind of like that new day. Let's spend each new day and figuring out how we can get closer to it. I want to ask for some encouragement now, because this was not necessarily a kind message. It wasn't a kind. Necessary, yes. But just because it's necessary doesn't make it fun to hear. And no one likes being called out. 100%. I mean, I don't. So if you're that person, good for you, but you're probably the one that's okay with being called out. So what encouragement do we have? You have such a bright light inside. Stop dimming it. 100% what we were talking about in the beginning. And you choosing to stay in that comfort zone and not allowing yourself to just work through the aggravations and the discomfort and the unfamiliarity is part of what's dimming that light. So realize your light is bright and beautiful, and you are an amazing person. You just need to remember it, and you need to start living it. You're too amazing to follow everyone else. Forge your own path. Okay. This is really awesome. And you're gonna be like, Kirsten, you told me to take a traditional path. Yes. Take a traditional path in the sense of how to heal yourself and how to make help and how to get help. This one, though, is asking you to realize who it is that's actually around you, your inner circle, your outer circle, your people that are in your group, and forge your own path within them. This is asking you to decide to stand up and be different because you deserve better. You deserve different. You deserve it. So don't allow yourself to get stuck in group mind thinking. Do what's right for you. If you're the only person trying to better yourself, if you're the only person that's reading these self-help books, continue to be that single person. If you're the only person in your group that is taking a traditional path, continue to be that person. Don't stop just because everyone else around you isn't doing it. Because you aren't happy right now. Because you are following them. Be who you want to be and find your own happiness. Do something kind for someone without... Sorry, let me repeat this. Do something kind for someone without any expectation. This one seems counterintuitive, and I get that, but hear me out. When life feels overwhelming, when life feels pressuring, when life just feels like, what's the point? Doing small acts of kindness really help bring up your mood, really help bring you back into center, really help you return back to that light that's inside of you, and really help you find that present in moment stillness. If you can start doing that for other people, you can start doing it for yourself. And that's what this card is reminding you. For whatever reason, the hardest person to love is ourselves, but it's so much easier to love other people. So this is asking you to start doing something kind for other people without any expectation, so that way you can start also receiving it as well. And this doesn't have to be anything grand. This could be giving a compliment about someone's shoes or their hat or their outfit. This could be, giving encouraging words of, hey, you're doing good. It's okay. This could be you, just giving a smile to someone on the, out on the streets, on the subway, anything. Literally, a small act of kindness is all that's being asked here. Not anything grandeur, a small act of kindness. Stop pushing against what is, align with it, and move on. This one's huge because I was talking about, I don't remember what card it was. There's a lot of cards in this reading. Oh, it was with Temperance. That's what it was. I was talking about how, falling down when you walk is part of the process. Failing is part of the process. Getting hurt, unfortunately, to a point, is part of the process. When I mean, getting hurt, I mean, realizing that the life that you're living isn't necessarily what you want, or, when you're, hear me out, when you're working out at the gym, okay, the first couple times you do it, it hurts. That's part of the process. I'm not saying you should actively get yourself hurt. I'm just talking about the physical bruising of starting something new or being clunky at something. I'm not saying you should actively be getting hurt by anyone or anything. Now that I've mentioned that, I wanted to put that caveat out there. Stop pushing against what is and align with it and move on. Is that reminder, that understanding that yes, failing is part of the process. Messing it up is part of the process. Making mistakes is part of the process. So instead of getting mad and getting angry about it, just be like, this is part of the process. What can I learn from this? And move on. And you know what? If you made it this far into this reading, I want to let you know you can do this 100%. Because you didn't just sit through this whole reading and have, you have yourself being called out on what it is that you need to do right now in order to better yourself, just to fail. This right here tells me that you have the determination to move forward, and you're going to. You're going to succeed. You just need the encouragement right now, and you really need to believe in yourself. And if you can't believe in yourself right now, let me do it for you. I know you can do this, and I don't even have to question it. You are going to succeed. Is it going to take a little bit of time? It's going to take a bit of time, and that's fine. But you are going to succeed, and I cannot wait for you to come back and tell me about your success story. Until then, if you want to let me know what resonates in the comments, I would love to hear it, and I would love to know more about you and what you're going through. So, feel free to share. This is your reading for today. It's a bit of a hard one, I understand that one, but it's a necessary one, and it's to help you move forward so you can be the brightest and best version of you that you are. And I cannot wait to see that version of you. I love you so much. I cannot wait to hear about your success story, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.